What is going on there, everybody? It's another Marvelous Monday. Didn't really have a game plan here today other than checking out the Steam sale. I don't know how much more you want to do with the Supra. So our V8 Special, I guess as far as that has... what we have not found is the Turbo. That's what I can remember. We did not get the Turbo, so we got the V8 Special. There's also the Turbo Special. We can be looking around, I guess, as far as for one of those. So, let's see here. Let's check out our parking lot. We don't have anything in our project garage. So, I guess that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make sure I don't have anything over here. So, our inventory. Well, I took these plates off. Where did I have those plates? I don't remember. Anybody remember? So let's go ahead and check out. I think we're gonna go to these car auctions here. See what we can find here today, because we seem to have better luck lately over at those car auctions. Yeah, we seem to have better luck over here. So we're looking for potentially the Supra with the turbo. There's the Turbo Special, and it is a 5-star. Holy smokes! How lucky are we? So let's check this out. Turbo Special Supra. So we got the V8 Special already. This is the ooh, I like that color on it. Oh, it's just a shadow. So it's basically silver. Similar like we have to our V8 Special. This one was from, this is a generic plate. Okay, we don't know where it's from. We'll end up probably putting our own plate on it. It's got a replaced fender, but take a look at the engine. It says 5-star, so a lot of it's in the yellow. What I'm seeing here, okay. A lot of it is in the yellow. So we'll probably need to, refurbish it a little bit, I guess, as far as to get it nice and green. All right, let's see if we can get this for no more than 80. Kind of where I'm at with this one, because we will have to do some work as far as to get it up to green. All right, here we go. Let's try. Let's see what we got here today. Ooh, we got quite a few bidders. I'll let that one go. 80 was my max. I still feel like we could have probably made some, but we would have to do some work on it. So we'll have to try and find another one. Someone got so the last one there was 88. It went 12,000 over the estimated. So probably a good car. It did start, but yeah, a little too rich for our blood for right now. Not that we don't have the money. It's just I don't like spending more than I feel like I should have to. There is a Turbo Special in here too. It is a 3-star. Obviously, it's not going to be necessarily a 5-star if it's in the Turbo or the salvage auction. Let's go see how this looks. We did get lucky, I guess, as far as you get a Turbo Special in both the standard auction and the salvage auction. So obviously, this is going to need some work. But just see how bad it is here. Starting is 12, and 56 is the estimated. I wouldn't want to even go near that. 50 would be my max. If this goes over 50, I'm going to pass. Just due to what it needs. I'm passing. No, you can have it. You can have it. Yeah, 50 was my max. So we gave it a shot here, I guess, as far as on here. That's the only thing that stinks about these auctions. Sometimes people just want it. Other people want it better than you do. We're gonna check out the junkyard too. See if we can find one in the junkyard. We do have that option. I tried to put some stank on it, but they got the better of me there, Whirlwind. We need to check out a junkyard. So we're gonna check out here and see if we can find. We got a Radiator C that's not repairable. Let's go take a look around here and see if we can find a Turbo Special out in the junkyard. So we got lucky at both auctions. So I think we're done looking in the junkyard here for today. We didn't get anything. No cars or anything like that. So let's head back to the house and we're going to check out a barn. We need to go check out a barn. I'm not feeling very confident that we'll find one of these Turbo Specials in the barn, but we'll give it a shot. Go ahead and buy these parts, head back to the house. We're not going to probably find another one of those at the auction. Never usually happens, I guess, as far as twice in a row. Not usually, anyway. First time for everything. I guess where we're at, we're going to check out the auction again. Maybe we can get a little bit lucky. Alright, so we got anything in here today? I don't think we're going to get one. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but it's very rare to get that option twice in a row. So, yep, we don't have one just like we thought, I guess, as far as over here today. So we're going to go ahead, head back to the house. Don't know what we're going to work on today, but we'll find something. I'm feeling like just going to the junkyard again. That's what I'm feeling. Let's go check out the junkyard again. Okay, what do we got in the junkyard today? So nothing on our list. Okay, let's go take a walk around and see what we got in here today. Nothing here at the junkyard. Gonna have to check out another barn, huh? Alright, so yeah, we're in the process here, I guess, as far as we're trying to find ourselves a project car. So we just checked out the junkyard. We're gonna check out another barn. See what we can find in there. We got plenty of barns now. We just want another barn, I guess, as far as out of the crate. So let's see what we can get. I'm thinking here, we might just get this F-Type. We might just get this F-Type. I'm pretty sure we don't have one of these in our own parking garage. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's just do it. I've convinced myself. So we're gonna have to put this in car parking. We don't have any room at the garage. That's fine. We'll have to make some room at the garage. So we got ourselves a car and we got ourselves a crate. Let's head back to the house. Let's head back to the house. Let's go check out our new F-Type. So we need to pull out our F-Type out of the parking garage that we just bought here at the barn. Let's have some fun with this guy. So we're gonna move in the garage. So we're gonna we'll do some things to this guy. So what shape is our frame in? Oh, we're in a hole right off the bat. So the frame is not terrible. So this definitely needs a little bit of work to get her in the green. So let's get this over the car wash. Nice. Alright, let's give her a bath. So it looks like she's green. Alright. Oh wow, look at the color on that. That's a cool color. So like a metallic hunter green. Wow, she's in pretty good shape, I guess, as far as the body goes. Definitely probably doesn't start, which that's to be expected. Let's do the interior. Get that cleaned up. So just by giving her a bath, let's see where we're at now. We're still in the hole. Whoops. We are still in the hole, but that's, yeah, we'll get her fixed up here. So let's get her up on the lift. So yeah, this thing cleaned up pretty nicely, actually. Okay, so we've got some work to do on our F-Type. So got a crate to open too from our barn. I almost forgot about that. Let's do that. We need to boost our credits back up. That'll work. Let's put that map away. Still well over 100 in our inventory. So we got inventory's clear. Speaking of inventory, and let's start working on this F-Type. So I definitely know we want to pull the engine and work on this engine. Yeah, cool deal. All right, let's get this out of the way. She's out of there. I don't know, I've always kind of dug, I guess, as far as how you got the forward flip hoods as opposed to this flip. So you got this flip and you got that flip. Kind of always liked the forward flip. Kind of reminds me of cars like the Corvette. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is pretty clean in this engine bay too. So there are some things that we need to do preliminarily. Is that a word? Into the engine bay? Preliminarily. That's a lot of words. So let's get this engine onto the deal. So look at the outline, I guess, as far as that. It actually shows the outline of the transmission on there too. I never noticed that before. You need to start breaking this down. And engine block's in good shape. Pull that off. Alright, cool. Let's go get these parts fixed up though. This is all for the F-Type that we're currently working on. Alright, so let's get the block back on there. Crank was good. So we're probably going to need new pistons. Let's get that on the list. So the pistons that we do have, what shape are they in? Yeah, so we do have some that are yellow. We're going to keep this a green build. So let's get these on the list. And let's get ourselves some new pistons. Let's get this engine off here. Get it finished and get it off here. Our belt. Oh, that's bad. Let's go get a new one. We don't want that belt on there, so belts. Do that idler. Belt tensioner. We need a new one. That should finish up our front end. That. Oh, we got another belt. That belt needs to be replaced. A little bit of dry rotted there. Don't want no dry rotted belts on our engine. Okay, another. Oh, it's got two belt tensioners, so it's got one on either side there. I just realized that. Very, very interesting engine build indeed. Indeed. And looks like that engine is done. Okay, so let's make sure we don't have any parts left over. So let's pull this off. So, okay, we gotta work on the front end here. Let's take our tires off. Cool. Alright, so we'll get these parts fixed up. Got the front end all gutted. Alright, let's get this all fixed up. Good deal. Alright, so right away here I want to get 12 new rubber bushings. So the shock assemblies, I want to get those taken apart. Those taken apart, get those parts replaced accordingly. So we need to put our front end back together. We gotta get that radiator out of there because so that's in bad shape. Alright, so our radiator was fixed. Let's get that put back in. So we need an intercooler. I don't think I have one of those in the warehouse. Nope. We have to order up a large cooler. So I think we're good to go. Get this engine back in the in its home. Put this engine back in. So let's get our crane. And we need to get this in there. So our engine install. There we go. There's our 100% build green engine. We got her back in there. Sweet. There she is. Alright, let's get bottom end buttoned up. Looking good. I think I'm going to keep it this color. It's a pretty interesting color on this deal. So I think some of the other ones that we've worked on in the past for this deal have been in some shade of red. So we got a green muffler. Sweet. There's our rear muffler. We did end up getting this Jaguar DLC, I guess, as far as from one of our mod cars, I guess, as far as to be able to put this this exhaust system into it. I do remember you doing that. Alrighty then. So now we got some tires here to fix up on our front end. Let's do that. Gotta keep them separated. So let's get these over to the bench, get those fixed up, and we'll just have to put some new rubber around these rims. 161 for one of those. Alright, cool. We'll slap those on our refurbished rims. Yeah, so probably the one big difference, I guess, as far as with this Jaguar that we're working on is we're considering to keep it as opposed to just flip it. So we don't have one of these of our own in the garage. Got to put the tire rods on in here. I knew that. Alright, now we can put the tire on. Sweet. There we go. Now we gotta get that intercooler in there. And while we got it up in the air. Cool. Intercooler. And nice. Alright, so now we gotta work on our rear end. Get these tires off. So let's get these parts fixed up for our rear end. Alright, we need to separate our tires for the rear. Separate these out. Yeah, so the one we already determined was not in good shape. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so we need to look and see what kind of tires we need for the rear tires. So the rear tires are slightly wider. Alrighty then, so we're gonna need some rubber bushings for this here. So let's go ahead and put this back together. We got our cross member refixed, got that refurbished, got both of our knuckles. We're gonna need new shocks too. Let's get those on the list. Alright, cool. So that is done. Let's make sure we don't have any parts left. Look at all these rubber bushings in there. Holy smoke. Alright, so we need to fix up some body panels on this thing here too. Alright. Get those put back on. Alrighty then. So, what condition we are in now? That's more better. So 88%. Let me check that windshield. That's green, so we'll leave that on there. So we're in the green at least. That's all I'm looking for. 1400, get her welded. Get her in the green. Meant to do this, and we can confirm our status on the frame. Alright, so we're in the green. I'm liking that. So let's do some tests on this to make sure we didn't miss anything. What do we got here? Nope, I guess we didn't miss anything. Good deal. Get it confirmed on the record that everything is 100% in the green. Cool. Only thing left to do is get some fluids back into this thing. So let's get some motor honey into it. Some motor honey in it. Get all the juices in there. She's a little bit thirsty. Alright, all the juices in there. Nice. Only thing now what we can do is get this over to the dyno. Let's move her over to the dyno and see what we get out of it. So we got 100% build, green build on the engine. The only part that is not 100% as far as all of that goes is just the fuel tank. So I'm going to see if we get... Oh, we're missing a drive shaft. Whoops, I've got to put that back in. Yeah, that probably helped. Alright, so let's get... Now we can get it over to the dyno. So the stock... Are you kidding me? Flip B. Oh, you know what? That's the air cleaner. We didn't do anything with the air cleaner, did we? We did not do anything with the air cleaner. That's over... Where's that? Right over here. I did not do anything with that. Yeah, we need to fix that up. We need our new air base. And then our air cover. Sweet. And we got our clips taken care of. Get that gulp. Let's get that put back in there. Alright, let's take a look at that now. So where are we at? So we're 98% in parts. Not bad. So the fact that I know one of the parts is going to be that fuel tank. In fact, that might be the 2%, I guess, as far as that we're losing on this value. But not bad. Not bad. Cool. I'm happy. So let's see if we can dyno this now. We got the air filter dealers. So we're still missing a clip B? Seriously? What the heck? Oh, gotcha. So there's two air boxes. Well, I'll be damned. They got these tucked away pretty good. There we go. So that should hopefully be good. All right, let's see if we can dyno it now. Good deal. So 550 is the base horsepower. We should be able to get all of that. Now, if we don't, we know probably what's going to contribute to not getting all that is probably that fuel tank. So let's run it. Let's get some luck of the Irish. I guess as far as going first, so we get all the horsepower. Was not with us today, so I'm assuming that 1 horsepower is going to be that fuel tank. It's more than likely going to be that fuel tank, so we're going to have to replace that fuel tank. Alright, let's get this back up on the lift. Alright, let's get this fuel tank out of here. We gotta take the pump back out, get the fuel tank out of there. And let's get ourselves a new fuel tank. Now we should get all the power. And let's get a re-dyno. This time we should get it all of it. That is confirmed. It was that fuel tank causing us to lose that 1 horsepower. All the power, we are Class B 350. Nice. Only thing left to do now is take it over to the strip and have some fun with it. Let's have some fun with it. So let's go to the quarter mile. And we get to go against a Nissan GT-R with a V6. So we got... Oh wait, I didn't realize we put standards in the front. I didn't realize I did that. Okay, so we got standards in the front, sport in the back. I don't know if I did that accidentally, but that's what we have. Alright, let's see what we can do against this Nissan. So this was with no performance parts, but 100% build on the engine. Oh, we gotta get a wheel alignment. Definitely needs a wheel alignment. It's kind of veering off to the left. So this was with no performance parts in it. That's wow. We got a 12.5 second car basically. No performance parts in there. That is cool. All right, let's do. Got a supercharged C1. Yeah, we definitely need a wheel alignment on this thing. Kind of veering off to the left. Scratch the paint. So I don't know if that slowed me down running into the wall. I think it did. Yeah, we definitely scraped the wall there. We gotta get a wheel alignment on this thing. Let's go take this back to the house real quick. Get a wheel alignment. I think that hurt my chances there against that C1. Alrighty then, let's get this over to test pass. Let's see how out of whack she is. So she was veering off to the left pretty good. Holy smokes, yeah. So, a little bit out of whack. Just a little. That's much better. Oh, now she's just running nice and straight. She just needed a good straightening up, that's all. Alright, back to the quarter mile. And this time we get to go against a Porsche 911 Carrera 991. Ooh. Let's go. Yeah, so that color that it has in the picture, I guess as far as for this F-Type, that's the more common ones that we usually see, I guess as far as some shade of red. The fact that this one's like a hunter green. Pretty cool. Six speed. Oh, so the 911 actually beat us. Look at that, though. Same exact time. We were dead even. Dead even with that Porsche. So they must have won literally probably by a nose. That is redonkulous. That's so. Goes to show you though, with no performance parts in this thing here, it's just how fast this thing is. So we got the Ferrari F50 standard, so not the GT. No tuning. These things are pretty slow, I guess, as far as without any tuning, as we've come to find. We've had to put a decent amount of performance parts in there to make it run a lot better. Thought that Ferrari was right there. It wasn't too far behind. Beat him pretty good. So the Fuely. That's the Fuely C1. He's got slicks all the way around. You can beat the C1 Fuely. So that's got that BMW engine in it. I guess as far as that's what they use for the Fuely on that C1. No, it's either the Mercedes or the BMW. I forget which one. Beat the Fuely. Nice. So we got easily a 12.5 second car. Easily. Here's that Mitsubishi Eclipse, I guess, as far as the BG was talking about. This one has no tuning, though. So this is a standard. So this is an all-wheel drive 4-cylinder single overhead cam. Let's see what it's got. See what it can do. Interesting colors. I got a purple paint scheme on it. I love the way this thing shifts too. It's very smooth. That's definitely not the one I was talking about. So it wasn't the Mitsubishi Eclipse. It wasn't this one. This is the Mitsubishi Eclipse. So it wasn't this one. Oh wow, we cracked it. 12.3. Look at that. That's a solid run there. It's almost the same reaction time. All right, what else we got? So we got our Dodge Challenger. This is the fake Challenger, I guess, as far as the default one. It's got a little bit of tuning to it. So you can beat this supercharged Dodge. Going up against the Dodge Challenger here. Oh, he's beating us. He beat us. Okay, so it wasn't our reaction time. We had a 12.3s, definitely faster car. He cracked a 12 second. Ooh, so that one's a fast one. Yeah, so I saw it was the same engine, but not necessarily the same car. Because obviously it wasn't maxed out. Let's see if we get another one. Cobra. This is a 2-carb OHV. So that supercharged Dodge, I guess, as far as definitely beat us. That's interesting. Bearing in mind, I guess, as far as our F-Type has no tuning. No performance bars. Beat the Cobra. Oh, that's pretty solid there. So the supercharged C1's got a little bit of tuning. I'm wondering if it's going to be these tuned superchargers engines, I guess, as far as they're going to be beating us. Let's see what we can do. Whoop, got a little excited. Good thing it's just practice. Runs a lot straighter too. Okay, so we did beat that one. So that tuned supercharged C1, we did beat that. 12.3, not by much though. Holy smokes, he was right there. There's another one, 1,000th of a second. Not the first time that we've done this, but 1,000th of a second. That's crazy. So what about the GT Lamborghini Diablo? V12. It's got a lot more cylinders. Well, not a lot more. Got half more of an engine. It's got 1.5 of what we've got. Here we go. Ah. Trying to anticipate that green light. Beat the Diablo. 13,279. Wow, we beat that one almost by... had to reread that set first. Like, that was almost a second. Holy smokes. I think that Diablo was that slow. Then we got this goofy looking thing. So, he's supercharged, no tuning. So we did beat one of these already, I guess, as far as that, a little bit of tuning, so stands to reason we should be able to beat this one. Oh, maybe not. Oh, you picked up a little bit of... You must have kicked in the nitrous there at the end. Holy mackerel. Yeah, you like kicked in the nitrous, I guess, as far as right at the end. Holy smokes. Oh, we got a Mercedes-Benz AMG SLS. That's a cool looking car. That's pretty comparable, I guess, as far as to the F-Type. This one's got a little bit of tuning there on its V8. A little bit of tuning on that one. So that could very well beat us. I don't feel like this thing needs any performance parts, just the shifting and the gears, I guess, as far as are very smooth, very synchronized. But in an effort, I guess, as far as to beat potentially this car, may have to do that. We do have some performance parts in our warehouse. Namely an ECU. Yep, he's gonna beat us. I kind of figured that because it was tuned, I guess, as far as... I'm gonna assume this is probably pretty much the same type of engine, Mercedes type, as opposed to a Jaguar. So the fact that this one's tuned, it kind of makes sense that it would beat us. That sounds to me... He had race tires all the way around, so I think our tires are definitely probably made a little bit of difference too. So even though he's a lower rating, this car's a lower rating, definitely got that tuning as far as came in handy for that one. So let's see what else we got. So this is supercharged, no tuning. So this is kind of interesting what I've noticed here so far. So that other hot rod that we went against with this same engine, with no tuning, it beat us. So I'm wondering if this this Cutlass can beat us. Kind of curious now. Yep, you sure did. Pretty decent margin too, well over 1/100th of a second. Wow. Okay, so that's at least two different cars, I guess, as far as it is beat us with this supercharged with no tuning. So that's why I'm just taking notes here. So that's a supercharged. Crush it. I want to do V10 Viper powered Camaro. Let's try this guy. So we beat the V12 of the Lambo. Don't think that one had any tuning. Let's see if we can beat the Viper. Viper powered Camaro. Okay, so we did beat that Viper powered Camaro by a good 3/10 almost. Okay, just getting a feel for what this car can do. He's got slicks on the back, vintage on the front. This is our drag Camaro. This is the one I did. I guess as far as it's got the standard non-supercharged LS engine. I don't know, those supercharged ones, the overhead valve ones, those are... Majority of those are beating us. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. He's nosing us. I think he got us. He did. We were right with him there, though. So by 1/100th there. 1/100th. So the standard LS engine, I guess as far as those beat us, not even supercharged. This one didn't have any tuning. So where I'm kind of leaning towards is I would probably put the performance ECU in this thing at minimum. We do have one of those in a warehouse. So that supercharged C1, that one we beat. GT Ferrari. We did the standard Ferrari. So this supercharged, this one seems to be beating us. No matter if it's supercharged, tuned or not, I should say. Ooh, what about the Tesla Roadster? Try that one, electric car. No tuning. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at here. I would probably want to put the ECU into this thing that we have. I got a feeling, yep, that Roadster's going to be this. Look how fast that thing is. That thing is so fast. 11.2. Holy smokes, that's like 1.2 seconds. Well over 1.2 seconds to beat us by. That's just nuts. So that one, standard. That's got some tuning. Let me do this with last one here. So this one's a tuned Ferrari. We'll do this one and we'll come into. If we beat this one, I guess as far as then, we kind of know what we got. But I think I still want to put that performance ECU into this thing. Ooh, kind of shifted a little too quick there. And we did get that one. Didn't beat him by a whole lot. Pretty good reaction time. Didn't beat him by a whole lot, so that tuned Ferrari, I guess as far as was kind of keeping up with us a little bit. He was right there. Okay, so let's go ahead. Head this back to the house. We're going to put the performance ECU in this thing. Now, I want to stay in the Class B. I definitely want to stay in the Class B. Alright, we're still over in the test path. Let's bring it over to Lift A. And we're going to put, so let me take this ECU out of here and get at it. Okay, we'll put this one back in the warehouse and we're going to grab this stage 1 ECU that we got in here. So we're going to have to get that calibrated for this car. We know how much fun these can be to calibrate, right? Alright, so we'll put that performance ECU in this guy. Let's get her over the dyno. See what we got here. So we need to calibrate this puppy. Oh, it is already tuned out. Oh, sweet. So it does actually stay tuned. Well, I'll be damned. Alright, so it is already tuned. 7% on the stage 1, I guess, as far as for that. So hopefully that'll keep us into a Class B. Let's see what it does here. I'm thinking this should get us maybe to 600 horse. It is just stage 1. That's about what I was looking for too. A little over 600 horse, was still staying in the Class B. Perfect. That's perfect. That's almost exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, let's go ahead. Take this over to the... Try her out now. Let's get some tests, some practice in here with this performance ECU into it. Quarter mile. So we get the Audi R8 coupe, a little bit of tuning. We got 9% total, I guess, as far as with that ECU in there. I wonder why it goes 9%. So we did it 7% as far as the calibration. So I wonder where the other 2% is coming from. That's interesting. So I guess it might just depend on the car that you put it into. We're getting an additional 2% of what we actually calibrated it to. Let's see if we can beat this Audi. About 120 miles an hour. Yep, roughly about 120 miles an hour. There it is. So we're now just under 12-second car. So we gained about a half a second, a little bit more than a half a second from what we were getting. That's pretty cool. What's next? So we got, ooh, this is a really cool looking car. Now we don't have this DLC. Other than this car from the Drag DLC, so we don't have the BMW DLC. But this is a pretty cool car. It almost looks like, when you first look at it, as far as almost looks like a sedan, but it is a coupe. It's kind of deceiving in its appearance. Pretty cool looking car though. See if we can beat it. We did beat it. 11.922 to 11.9. He was sticking right with us. Holy smokes! Yeah, that was a close one. We got a really good reaction time on that too. I'm kind of digging this car. So we get to go against the Vantage. Noise. Rear-wheel drive, so it's a twin-turbo V8. No tuning. Okay, try this one out. This is another DLC, I guess, as far as it's out there. That'd be kind of cool to get. You're going to be checking on a lot of those DLCs, I guess, as far as on this spring Steam Summer Sale. Or Steam Spring Sale, not summer. I got summer on the brain. I'm waiting for, I'm so ready for warm weather. Oh, Vantage actually got us. So it's an 11.8 car. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting indeed. Okay, so the Vantage. What about the Jaguar XJ? So I'm just trying to shake this down here just to see what we got. So far we can still get beaten by certain cars. Here we go. Going up against the Jaguar XJ. Not paying too much attention, but I managed to put an overall 11% conditioned engine, and it clapped out Corolla. Nice. So 11%, and it actually runs. So we beat the XJ. So it actually runs, I guess, as far as at 11% condition. That's wild. Yeah, right now we're just shaking down the F-Type. We did put the performance ECU into it, stage 1. So there's only one car so far that's beating us, which is the Aston Martin Vantage. So we got the 911 Carrera, 91. I think this one was beating us before with the without the performance ECU, with the tuning. So let's see if it can beat us this time. I mean, it's anybody. So it's the same can be said as far as building a 100% engine. Much can be said as far as to build a crappy engine like that, but if it don't run, where's the challenge, I guess? So get it as low as you can, that it'll run. So I'm assuming 15%, like what we talked about earlier, is probably going to be the lowest condition for it to actually start. And that's probably a fair mention. So it doesn't necessarily need to drive, but just start when it's in the car. Okay, we beat the 911. Cool, and that had a little bit of tuning to it too. So speaking of 911, 911 to a 12. Yeah, so we were previously getting around 11.3, 11.4, and this car was beating us. But not with this performance ECU. So our old school supercharged Camaro, 2012 Camaro. There's another raffle. Grab that while it's hot. Got to build those fluids back up, especially for those of you folks, I guess, as far as that participated in the giveaway earlier. And we beat the old school Camaro. Cool. So I'm the only one that it's a little that we're getting beat by, I guess, as far as that Aston Martin Vantage. So the Nissan GT V6. We were already previously beating that. The Audi. This is the GT. We already beat the Coupe. I think with some tuning. So let's see if we can beat the GT. We'll do a couple more practice runs here just to get a feel, and I'm gonna get some. We're gonna put this up for some real cash. Oh, definitely got to shake out those butterflies for the red light. Cool deal. Nice. So beat it by, what is that? Not quite 1/10. Cool. Let's do. What else we got? Ooh, Toyota Spirit. That's our turbo special that we created. This is one of our own configurations for that Toyota Supra. It's got a little bit of tuning, so we can beat this turbo special. So there's already a turbocharged, but that is the that's why we call it a turbo special, because it's the V8 turbo. I might rename that, I guess, as far as to do it as a V8 turbo special, just so they kind of distinguish, I guess, as far as between the standard turbo powered engine, which is the 6-cylinder. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, he kicked in the turbo there. Holy smokes. 11.5. That was nuts. Did you see that thing? It kicked into high gear as far as right at the end. So yeah, that last... so we were... Actually, he was ahead of us. So it wasn't until after the 330. So by the 8th mile, he got past us. That's crazy. So you can see how well that turbo, the V8 Special, I guess, as far as response, even with a little bit of tuning. That's pretty cool. We definitely got to find one of those. We tried our luck, I guess, as far as earlier, I guess, as far as to find it at auction. It was just overpriced. We got overbidded, basically. So we got this guy. So this got a LS engine. Same as the LS engine, no tuning. So we already beat that. Here's another turbo special. Same amount of tuning yet. Now we already beat he already beat us. Oh, Pro Car. We haven't gone against this guy yet. See if we can beat the Pro Car. Pro Car comes out of the shadows. Come on now. Yes, we did beat the Pro Car. Nice. It's always a good thing as far as we can beat the Pro Car. We had a higher rating than our car too, as far as we still beat that. That's cool. Alright, one more. So with GT, fake Mustang, as far as, so this is not from the Ford DLC, but it's very similar, I guess, as far as to the 2017, I think it's represented in the Ford DLC. Go ahead and race this one. So if we'll do this one last one, and I think we got a pretty good idea, I guess, as far as what we can do here. Oh, nobody joined in on the raffle. Nobody wanted any free fluids. Oh! So that one did beat us. 11,682, so that's almost 3/10. Holy smokes. So there's a couple of different cars that do actually beat us. Irregardless of that, we know what this this thing can do. So what we're going to do now is, this might be somewhat of a gimme for some folks. So we're gonna sign up for this on the Class B. Yep. And there's our lineup. And so we're initially going up against old school Camaro, a little bit of tuning. We did beat this in practice. I feel pretty confident as far as we should win at least this first race. But the ultimate goal is to make it all the way to the end. Alright, so here we go. We're going to run our first race. Feeling pretty good. So as long as, and now if we red light, I'm just going to start it over. If we red light at all, I guess as far as at any point, we'll start it over. We'll run through the motions of it, I guess, as far as we get to the end, but we'll definitely start it over. Alright, here we go. Because red lights are not y'all's fault. That's this operator here. Hey, beat the old school powered Camaro. Yeah, so I definitely made sure it gets as far as I did in red light, as far as so still solid 12-second car. Alright, we got our first race in the books. We're going up against Cutlass Supreme Supercharged. No tuning. Now, what we did see in practice as far as if it's tuned, it seems to beat us more than it does not tuned. That's what we kind of observe. But there's always a potential because so they got sport tires on it. I think the fact that I think the one that we went against had the race tires and it was not tuned, and I think it beat us. So I think this one should be okay. Should be okay. All right, let's go ahead and see what we can do. So I think as long as I don't red light or miss a shift or anything like that, we should be good. That's why we do a little bit of. That's why we have to practice. Farmer guy coming in. Yes, okay, so we did beat that one. So I think what really saved us there is the fact that it was supercharged and it didn't have the race tires on it. I'll be working on him. I'm on my way to work. Have a great day. Alright there, Farmer guy. Appreciate you stopping in and at least saying hello. Yeah, we did tune in there last night, I guess, as far as had a little bit of fun. Farmer guy's been playing a different game like every couple hours over there. A lot of games I like to see too. Okay, so we got through our second race, so we're going up against an Audi. Okay, so this is a sedan. I was like, what the heck is that one? We did not practice against this one, but it has no tuning. So I'm just thinking, just due to the fact that it's a sedan, it does have the race tires on it though. A little iffy. It's got a little bit more rating than we do. This could be a tough one. Let's give it a shot. We got a lot of things that are going against us, like it would go with this car. I think the fact that it's a sedan, it's a little bit heavier car, might save us. Here we go. Oh no! Ah, damn. I anticipated that. So we're gonna rerun this. I'm just gonna go right through it. Alright, so we're gonna rerun the whole thing. I'll leave that prediction up there. I said, did it say, I guess, as far as if I did red light, we're just gonna do it over. We're gonna do it again. Dag nabbit. Who are we going against this thing? So we're going up against 69 Fastback. It's got a little bit of tuning, and it's supercharged. You could get knocked out here. So fresh run, I guess as far as on that, we're going to leave the prediction the same. I feel like we probably could have beat that sedan. We made it to that third race. So I'm still pretty confident, but this one not so much. It's a tuned supercharged 69 Fastback. So based on these types of cars in practice, it did definitely beat us. So I think it had race tires on it too, on top, as well as the tuning. Let's see what we can do. So don't red light. Okay, good deal. So we're getting back under the 12-second marker. That's cool. Nice. So we did beat the 69 Fastback. On to the second race, we're going up against another one. So this one has no tuning. So we already beat one with tuning. Vintage race on it. Should be able to handle this guy. So again, just don't need a red light, miss a shift. We should be good. Here we go. Don't red light. Good deal. So that's two different Mustangs that we went against that we did beat. One tuned and one not tuned. Third race, once again. Man, we keep going up against these fastbacks. This is a different one again. So another supercharged with tune. He's got sport tires on it. Okay, let's give it a shot. So we seem to only be going up against the 69 different variations of the 69 fastback. Different paint scheme on this one. I don't care for that color on that car, if I'm being honest. Shame on those whoever put that color on that car. Come on, baby. Be good to me. Be good to me. Yes, alright, cool deal. Okay, we can beat him by good margin there, actually. Pretty decent margin. Alright, last race. Going up against a... So no tuning. He does have vintage race and it's supercharged. This thing, I think, did beat us, as far as in practice, if I remember right. It did beat us in practice. I don't remember if it had tuning, though, so here we go. Here we go. This is for all the bolts, nuts and bolts. I got such a good reaction time there, I thought I was gonna red light. Yes! Alright, we did make it. Those were some really good races. Really tight races, I like that. I like when the races are really tight like that. Alright, we did make it. So, for those of you that were faithful, I guess as far as on the prediction, we did make it all the way to the end. Here, that we had a lot of good fun here, folks. I guess as far as with the fixing up this F-Type. It's definitely a keeper. She's definitely a keeper. So I think I still got it over at the dyno. So we're still on the hunt, though, I guess as far as for that turbo special Toyota Supra. We did have it in both auctions, I guess as far as today, earlier, but we just got outbidded. That's about it. So let's get this back over to A. Yeah, I think this F-Type is definitely a keeper all the way around. So we got some things here we got to scrap out. I'll get that all taken care of in the off stream. Had a really good time here, folks, because as far as I do appreciate everybody that did drop by and stuck around. We definitely need to put some thought into what approach we're going to take, I guess, as far as to creating the crappiest built V8 that will start. You all have a marvelous rest of your Monday, and we'll be seeing you hopefully real soon.